Okay, so I should be broadcasting live now. Why does it say, come on. I thought we got past this. Come on now. Alright, why isn't this broadcasting? Why isn't this broadcasting? Okay, so looks like I'm actually on the air right now. Okay, good. All right. If anybody's out there watching or listening, which apparently we have Miss Antoinette. She's out there looking at me right now. Okay, good morning. If you are checking this out, what I'm doing here, this is not going to be an actual show. I am actually in the process of resetting up equipment and setting up new equipment. If you've noticed, normally I have this thing in front of me. I have this big microphone in front of me, which I don't now because if you look closely, let me take the headphones off. If you look very closely, I am wearing a clip microphone. I'm wearing, a professional clip microphone like the ones that they use at actual television and radio stations. I bought it like 2 weeks ago. But due to shipping delays, I just got it like 2 days ago. So, I really wasn't... okay, let me put the headphones back on so I can hear myself. All right, so this is basically what I bought right here. So I bought, if you look right here, it's these mic packs. They're clip-on. See this right here? And what you do is you can tune them to different channels. I don't know how well it's going over the camera, but so that's what you do. You clip these on. I clip this onto my belt and run the actual mic part up to the shirt. So, all right. But you know what? I gotta say something. These are the microphones right here. This big microphone right here. Look at this huge microphone. This is the one that came with the device. And let me tell you, just straight up, the microphones that came with it are just ass. I mean, if you want to say that, they're not good at all. So I have wire lav mics, and I was able to actually hook them up to the mic pack, and I'm using the original clip mic that I've been using with the new mic pack. So this one though comes with these little headphone things, and if I put this on, let me show you. Let me turn this one off. Okay, so that went off, and now I'm going to be using the headphone one, and you can tell me how it sounds if you're actually out there checking this out. Okay, so this is the headphone one, which I really can't hear. Now, I'm pretty sure it's broadcasting, but I don't know how well it's going over. So this is the one like they use when they do sports broadcasts. This is the headset. So it sounds way better when I put it up to my mouth like that. So that's probably how I'll have to use this one. But this is the clip mic that came with it, and they're just not good at all. They just allow too much noise. And I gotta turn everything off in the back, and it is like 90. It's gonna be like 90 something degrees today, and I'm not trying to die in here. So the good thing is, it comes with two. It came with two of these. Both of these are hooked up to one receiver. So I got both of these running. I had to shut the one that's clipped to me. I actually had to shut it off so that it didn't interfere with this one, because it would be too close and there would be feedback. So it's two mic packs, so when I do live broadcast and so forth. Also, okay, so let me cut this one off and let me shut the other one back on, and I can get rid of this. I don't like having this thing on my head. Let me turn that one back on. Okay, so Let me take that off, and I'm actually gonna shut the other one off. Let me shut the other mic pack off. Okay, good. Okay, so that's good. All right. So Saturday, a lot of people probably don't know this, but Saturday, I was over at the historical Uptown Theater, located at 2240 North Broad Street, which is also called Georgie Woods Way, which is named after the famous WDAS radio announcer. And he was actually host of a lot of the events over at the Uptown Theater when it was open before it closed in 1978. So people may know they're trying to renovate the Uptown Theater, and they're trying to get it back up and running. They've been trying to do this for a while. So the president and CEO of the Uptown Entertainment and Development Corporation, her name is Miss Linda Richardson. Shout outs go to Miss Linda Richardson. I was over there Saturday, and I'm going to be working with the Uptown Theater Development Corporation, as well as they have a radio station over there called WJYN, which is licensed as a low power FM station in North Philadelphia, which you can actually get from North Philly all the way up to around Passyunk Avenue, around the whole Schuylkill River. So it's got a range, and they're going to update the antenna so that it could go further and further out, and hopefully the whole city of Philadelphia will be able to enjoy WJYN. And so what I was doing over there Saturday was the station manager, his name is Dean Lloyd, asked me to come and broadcast because he knows and seen the shows that I'm doing here, and he asked me to come over and broadcast. So I actually broadcasted live Saturday for about 7 hours. I broadcasted live from the Uptown Theater and their Save the Uptown Theater event. So you can see I have posted 4 of the performances from that, and I posted it on the newly created WJYN YouTube page, which I'm proud to say I created for them, and of course the direction of Miss Linda Richardson and Mr. Dean Lloyd. And you can now search WJYN on YouTube, and you can see the WJYN YouTube page, and you can see the 4 videos that I posted. So I will be doing more live events from the Uptown Theater, and we will be broadcasting it live, hopefully on the Power WVSR YouTube page, as well as, of course, on the new WJYN page. So that's actually good. So it's not a paid thing. A lot of people don't realize this, and a lot of people who know radio realize you're not going to get rich from working in radio unless you're maybe one of the high level engineers, doing the land studies or actually setting up the antennas or so forth. But I'm more like a studio person. I do hosting work and all that. So this, I am volunteering my time and services for the Uptown Theater, and the reason why I'm doing this is because of the historic significance of the Uptown Theater. And anybody that you mention the Uptown Theater to, because I was talking to both my mother and my father, who are both in their 70s, and they were telling me about the great events and the history that took place at the Uptown Theater. So, it's a great honor to be working with them in their efforts to redevelop and reopen the theater. So that's pretty much what's going on with that. I haven't been on the air in the last, I think, week and a half, and to be quite perfectly honest with you, I just haven't been feeling well, and that's pretty much because of different factors, mainly the heat. Actually, the heat's just been horrendous. Yesterday it was like 93, 94. Today is going to be about more of the same, and I don't have air in my car. So as we speak, right now, as we speak, my car is over at the dealer repair shop, hopefully being repaired. It literally got to the point with the heat where when I took the car in this morning, the guy told me the roundabout price, and basically, it's one of those things where I know I have the money. I just literally told the guy, go ahead and fix it. I can't be in a, because if it's 93 degrees outside, how hot do you think it is in a closed-in, boxed-in vehicle? And, I tried to be cheap. So I tried to, by buying a little $14 fan, a little clip fan that clips into the car, which, it prevented me from dying, but, it's still not as good as having the air conditioner. So right now the car is over in Collingdale at the repair shop being repaired, and hopefully I'll get that car back. Please, I hope that car gets fixed later on today. So, because it's looking more likely that I will be working, once I go back to work, I will be doing temp work until I get called back to my regular job. And I can't see when I'm actually going to get called back. But, I'm not going to see that as a negative. I'm going to see it as a positive that I'm actually registered with 2 other employers, so that when I really need it, there's not going to be any, huge stoppage of work. Of course, I want to be doing my job, the job that I got hired to do, at the other place. But obviously, if that's not available, I at least have that option where I can go out and work for 1, 2. I'm actually registered with 4 temp agencies, and they all telling me that they're going to have work coming up. So that's good. So we'll see what happens with that. But my thing is, I'm kind of limited to the work that I could do because of, some of my health issues. I can't really do a whole lot of the heavy lifting and being out in the hot sun and so forth. So, I'm hoping that they have more sedentary positions. But unfortunately, a lot of the work that these agencies have are all what's called light industrial work, where you're basically working in the warehouse, doing anything from doing trash to working construction, where you might be doing demolition or so forth. So, I'm just going to stay positive and just take everything as it comes. I'm hoping that either I get called back to my regular job or they extend out this pandemic emergency benefits that they're talking about. They're actually now, supposedly, the Democrats and Republicans are in negotiation to pass this revisement of the CARES Act, which would extend out the extra $600, and also it would provide for another stimulus payment. So I'm hoping that either that happens or I get called back to work, and if not, then I guess I'll just do my thing with the agency. So anyway, I'm hoping this sounds good. I'm hoping this looks good, because I'm hoping to come back and broadcast later on this afternoon or this evening. And I still got this in front of me. Let me see how this sounds. If I cut this off and cut that one back on. You see there's less noise with this one. There's less noise here, because this microphone here is a directional mic, meaning it's coming straight. It's straightly pointed, like when I'm talking, straight into it. Whereas this microphone is more of an omnidirectional mic, so it mainly picks up everything, all the noise around me. So, okay, well, hopefully this test was good. I do have another piece of equipment that I did want to test out. I got something called a broadcast encoder. It's an H.264 encoder, and I did some testing on it, which it does work. But the problem that I'm having with this H.264 encoder is that the audio is coming. Okay, the audio is being transmitted directly from the mixing board, and the video is being transmitted through an encoder. So the video and audio aren't syncing up because the audio is way ahead of the video. So I'm going to be looking at finding ways that I could, there might be a cheap device that I could buy to actually sync the audio and the video so that everything will be coming out at the same time. Because I don't like looking, let me move this other microphone, this thing's getting on my nerves. I don't want to be broadcasting and it's like a significant delay. And that's actually what happened when I was over Saturday at the Uptown Theater doing the live broadcast. I initially couldn't get a direct line out from their mixer to my encoder equipment. So I took the audio, because in addition to what they were doing. They were broadcasting everything live over WJYN. They were broadcasting everything live over the radio station. So what I literally had to do was I took the audio feed from the radio station and put it with the video. So obviously the audio had to go from their encoder, which if anybody knows about radio, you know what an STL is. It's the studio to transmitter link. And we were broadcasting outside. So the audio had to go from the STL encoder to the STL decoder up at the transmitter site, and then had to go back out over the radio, then through the internet, and then back out. So there was a significant delay in the audio. So a lot of that video I can't even post because it's just too much. It was like a 2-minute difference in time syncing there. So that's the main issue I've been having with doing these broadcasts, whether it be for WJYN or for myself. The main issue I've been having is syncing up the audio and video. And the audios might not even be synced up now, you know, and again, I'm going to be working on that. So I'm going to get off the air, and I'm going to be doing some more testing out here and see what I could do, and hopefully we'll be back on later on today. So my next move is to finalize everything where I could actually broadcast live remotely from any location. That's what the encoder that I bought is for too. It can actually do that, but I have to make some modifications. It's actually going to be, my car is going to turn into what's called an OB unit, which stands for outside broadcast. My car is going to turn into an outside broadcast unit where I'm actually going to have to put equipment in the car. I'm going to have to mount some equipment in the car so that I could do live broadcast. So my little Scion is going to turn into a little mini broadcast truck. So that's going to be interesting, and you'll be seeing the little antennas up on there for the Wi-Fi and everything else. So I'll mainly be using LTE service. I'll mainly be using cell tower service, but I'm also going to have a patch in the vehicle for Ethernet connection in case I'm in a situation where I can, which would be an ideal situation to actually patch directly into the Ethernet. But of course, there are a lot of places such as WJYN where I can't get up at the Uptown Theater, I can't get direct internet access because there's no direct internet connection. Their STL is actually running off of LTE service as well. So, you know, hey. All right, then. I'm going to get off the air. And Antoinette, I will be calling you probably in the next half hour. So, anyway, have a good morning. Is it morning or afternoon? Yeah, it's still a morning. It's 10:25. All right. Have a good morning, everybody. Talk to you later. Afternoon. Yeah, it's still a morning. It's 10:25. All right. Have a good morning, everybody. Talk to you later. Let's just be